Dad just came home and brought us all our groceries, and my new washing machine came in. I'll just take a little snippet here so you can see where we're going to put our washing machine in this nook.
Mama.
Hi! These kids are having so much fun in this box. They've created it into be a little house. Peek at me out your window. Hello! Anyway, back to my little bathroom tour. My vanity's been living here. It's not plumbed in or anything, so all it's been doing is serving as a counter space to hold my wash basin that I do my face in each night. So I'm not really going to miss the vanity. Also, we're getting a new bathtub. We're replacing the horse trough with an actual real-life bathtub. I'll take you guys outside and show you. The horse trough has been really good to us, and we've had a good just about a year with it. But two things with it. It does take up quite a bit of water space when I'm bathing little people because it does have such a large diameter, and it doesn't have a proper drain. Like John and his brother just kind of plumbed the drain in there as best they could, and it always holds just a little bit of water, and it's just this stagnant, gross water that's left over from everybody, and I get to have the pleasure of sponging it out every time. But here's our cool new bathtub, which is just serving as a yard ornament right now. It's going to get plumbed in shortly. It's not the prettiest thing, like it's got a little bit of wear and tear, but with a little bit of enamel paint, it'll be perfect. We were going to fork out to the $300-ish to buy a brand new tub, but John ended up scoring this one for free. So the $300 that we saved from that ended up buying me a washing machine. I was actually against it at first because John's always trying to make me go up class around here, and I kind of want to just keep life simple, and I really like being forced to use my hands and move a lot every day. But after sleeping on it, I was like really dead set against it, and then John's like, whoa, why did your tune change so much? I woke up the next day and I was like super excited about it. I was measuring things out because this is the bad boy that I've been using to do laundry all winter. I could do it at the lake in the summer, so it's not so bad, but we're heading into winter season again soon. And it doesn't hold that much, like in comparison to the washer. I'll show my first load to you once I end up doing it. But I think it's going to take more than that. And the amount of manpower I'm going to save, because I've been kind of finding a little OCD routine with my washing machine. I'll give it 20 pumps, let it sit for 30 minutes to soak, and then I give it 100 pumps-ish, and then after that I have to spill them back into there, do some hand washing, scrubbing before I rinse. So this is going to save me a considerable amount of time, because a little load like this in all actuality will take me about 45 minutes to do. So with my new little washer, I'll be able to pop a load in and keep helping the kids with their homework or something. I might feel like I want to wring it out because the spinner on it's a little bit small, but we'll check that out and I'll update you guys on as we go. You see my beautiful designer shelves I've installed? Storage space is always great. So the little bathroom reno is complete. I'm so excited. It turned out really, really good. I'll show you guys in a second. The kids and I always step away for the weekend whenever John and his brother have a brother weekend. Not only is it good bonding time for them and whatnot, I promote them. I think they're great weekends for them to have. Foggy boat ride in this morning. Coming into town so Dad can have a brother weekend.
Hang on. Oh, right here. Back off.
I always come back to some cool little upgrades to the cabin, so I never complain. But let's go inside and check it out. Oh, the flies this year are just insane. I gotta do like floofy floofs on the door before I walk in. I'm just constant mummy kill mode inside whenever I see one. So here's our new tub. I actually have a beautiful draining tub here. Let me just zoom out. Picture quality won't be as good, but you can see better. There's my cool tub. It drains. The leaves ended up staining it, but whatever. I don't care how it looks, as long as I don't have to sponge out yucky water anymore. And here's my awesome washing machine. I lied when I said I was going to show you guys my first load. I couldn't wait. It is the coolest thing that has ever happened to me. Super easy and simple. Water fills up into there, comes out this corner, fills up my water, put my clothes in, my soap, and then it just runs off like an egg timer. So you can hear it ticking away. I could swish wash them for 3 minutes or swish wash them for 6 or 9, and just goes like one way and then the other way and then one way and the other way. I could have it on normal or delicate. I haven't really seen the difference in it. And then once that's done, I'll put more water in it, rinse it out, do the same swishy swash it with clean water. And then in here is a super intense wringer. This thing spins at warp speeds. It's not very big, so I'll have to do like a couple loads of it, but I'll show you guys a load. And the crazy thing about it all, it cost relatively the same amount as my manual pump one. And this thing has enough space in it for blankets and towels. That's all I care about. I could do a gazillion loads as long as it can hold one of those items and I don't have to do those by hand. That's amazing. And I won't have to, the spinner works really well, so I won't have to like put buckets under things and towels under things to catch the drips this winter. It's going to be life-changing for me. I don't know if this means anything to anybody, but I check when it's running. It surges, so it's kind of hard to see, but it has like a 20 amp draw. But even if we didn't have the solar system and I was just running off of a generator, let's say a load takes me 20 minutes. I could just run my generator for 20 minutes and do a quick load of laundry. Like we only do laundry, especially in the winter, I can push it one load every 5 days or so. And if I had to burn through a couple dollars of gas in the generator, I totally would. But the solar system keeps up to it, especially I'll just do it in the afternoon when the sun's shining. Boom, get some laundry done while I'm doing other things in my life. It's just, I don't know. You should have saw me the first time that I ran it. I was like running around, jumping and like screaming and squealing. The kids are like, oh my gosh, Mom, like that's not that exciting. And it is. It's so exciting. So I'll show you how my little washing machine works. I thought it would be a couple days until I was able to accumulate laundry because I was all cut up, but mysteriously I have to do someone's entire bedding today. So it's super exciting. Don't have to do this by hand. It's perfect time to show you that it actually can take sheets. So John has this thing plumbed in for me. I just have to turn my pump on and then switch this valve and it'll fill. But while I was testing it out before it was plumbed in, this is actually my first time trying it plumbed in. Before he had plumbed it in, I just picked up the thing. He's got some nice handles on him and he's not heavy at all. I just put him right in the bathtub. And then brought water into my bathtub and then open up the drain. It just goes down my bathtub. So if you don't want to plumb it in, it's super duper easy. But anyway, that's how much room I can have. Let's see what we can fit in here for sheets. A single sheet, a cozy fuzzy sheet. And these are the markers that come up it, and you can only, that's your biggest load you can do. Once your water gets to there, you got to turn it off. I've usually just been doing half loads, but another cuddle blankie. And if you're close, let's see. Yeah, that'd be great. Next, I just drizzle a little bit of soap over, and word of caution, it does not need a lot of soap because I found when I use even the smallest setting on my little measuring cup thing on the cap, it's still filmy afterwards. Like it doesn't need lots at all, but drizzle a little bit of soap on top and start filling her up. Okay, now that it's filled up to the level that I want it, close up the lid, and then I've just been setting my little egg timer to like 3 minutes or so, and then I'll leave it for a soak for a while. It just swishes one way, and I'll switch to the next way for the amount of minutes I've chosen. Just do a few minutes of that, let it soak for about a half an hour, and then I'll give it a good spin for about 9 minutes or so. So after a 30-minute soak and a 9-minute cycle, the water's not that bad. Sometimes if it's real bad, I'll have to do 2 times through with soap, but that's not looking bad at all. If you have endless supply of water and endless supply of power, keep doing cycles until it starts coming clean if you'd like your laundry really clean. But because I'm conserving on water and power, it helps a lot when in between my cycle, I'll wring everything out because I'm getting all of that grungy water out before I put it in for a rinse, which is going to help. So once I have it all wrung out and I get as much water as I can just by hand, I'll put it back in with only water this time and do it for maybe about a 5-minute cycle. I guess I could show you how it drains. I just switch my cycle mode over to drain. And down she goes. John's got it plumbed in here. My valve is open. He's put a valve there for me so that I can close that off in the wintertime and I won't have cold water hooting up there and freeze anything. But if you, like I said, if you're just doing this into a bathtub, no worries there. Okay, and now that a roughly about 6 to 9 minute cycle has went through with just water, a little bit of soap suds, not too bad. I'm not going to be that worried about it. I'll squeeze out the excess water and I will show you my little spinner. Now, as you can tell, it's quite a bit smaller, so I'll just probably have to do one sheet at a time. But I've been playing around with the timer setting for it, and 1 minute is more than enough. It gets my laundry more dry than my washing machine at town on a spin cycle, so super stoked about that. I just floof in a few items like so. It is weight balance sensitive, so just make sure they're kind of fluffed in there. Oopsie daisy. And this guy pushes down in top, add some more balance to it, and set it for a minute. Warp speeds. Isn't that crazy? It goes ridiculously fast. And I guess I should mention, this isn't 12 volt or anything. It just has a regular house plug-in for power. Okay, now he is finished. They're like nice and spun out. No drippage on my floor when I have to start hanging things in here in the winter. And blankies and precious bears won't take so long to dry, which is a win for everybody. So there's my load of laundry complete. As I walk to the line to hang this up, I'll just blab with you guys. I'm absolutely in love with this little washer and spinner machine. There's zero cons I can think of it, other than the fact that it's like kind of plasticky, almost seems a little cheap. But I mean, for $250, like I'd mentioned before, I will repurchase that every single year just so that I don't have to do my laundry manually in the wintertime. But I'm sure it's going to last me longer than a year, so I'm not going to be too sad when it goes. And in terms of how well it cleans my clothes, no word of a lie, it's better than my in-town washing machine. I thought I might have to do a little bit of hand scrubbing here and there, and I was just going to kind of deal with that for the amount of time I'd save with just scrubbing it all by hand. But this stuff is coming out ridiculously clean. It's absolutely insane. And it will easily keep up to our family of 6. I may have to do a load once every 4 or 5 days. The most thing I'm stoked about is the blankets and the sheets, because that's the hardest thing to do by hand and wring out. A lot of them don't fit in my wringer and then they're dripping all over the place. These things, even if I can only do one at a time, the spin cycle's a minute. So that's perfectly fine. I could just do one little blanket at a time, spin it out, hang it up. And like this guy, these ones are the worst. These like, ooh, don't you dare fall on the ground. What, these fuzzy ones? They take forever to dry. They just get like sopping wet, and the kids love these blankets. They're nice and cozy. I don't mind them, but they're really hard for me to wash and dry. But this thing, after going through a spin cycle, it's dry. I could like darn near put that on somebody's bed right now. It's crazy. But before I start dropping everything on the ground and have to go back inside and redo this load all over again, believe me, it has happened. I will let you guys go, and I'll check you in the next one. Bye.